To work with me mostly is one-to-one private sessions. I have a few packages depending basically of their goals and the results they want to have. It lasts for 6 months.
Hmm.
6 months. It could be 12 sessions for 6 months. It could be 18 sessions. It could be 22 sessions. It's depending on the pace they want to show. Some of them they want to do it without drama and stress, so it's a more slower pace. Some of them are more in acceleration stage. I also have
Welcome to Career Coaching Secrets, the podcast where we talk with successful career coaches on how they built their success and the hard lessons they learned along the way. My name is Davis Nguyen, and I'm the founder of Purple Circle, where we help career coaches scale their business to $100,000 years, $100,000 months, and even $100,000 weeks. Before Purple Circle, I've grown several 7- and 8-figure career coaching businesses myself, and have been a consultant at 2 career coaching businesses that are doing over $100 million each. Whether you're an established coach or building your practice for the first time, you'll discover the secrets to elevating your coaching business.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Career Coaching Secrets podcast. I'm your host Rexhen, and today's guest is Gaelle Berruel, a multi-award-winning confidence and visibility coach, motivational speaker, and CEO of a Rockstar Mindset, where she helps senior women leaders step into their power, own their visibility, and lead with unapologetic self-expression. After 13 years in financial services, Gaelle saw how often brilliant women were overlooked or undervalued, so she created a signature framework to help them break through self-doubt, build authentic leadership brands, and amplify their impact. She's been featured in Psychology's magazine, NBC, CBS, and more, and her work has earned global recognition, including the 2024 Visibility Consulting CEO of the Year and the 2025 Speaker of the Year in Confidence and Visibility. And it's a pleasure for me to have her on the podcast today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here as well, Regen. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, Gaelle. So I wanted to ask you, when it comes to your beginning of like you starting your own coaching business or even becoming a coach, what inspired you to do so? How was the story at the beginning?
Okay, me was quite interesting is when I delve into the world of neuroscience and neuroplasticity. So I learned to shift my mindset, and I really managed to create my own bubble of happiness. And I saw so many women struggling on the sidelines because they couldn't shift their mindset, reframe things, see different perspective. And this is where I've been inspired to help them, because I said that they deserve to be able to really lead their mind the way they want to and feel better about it. So this is what was my first inspiration when I started to become a coach. After, it was because I saw so many women struggling with visibility, irrespective of their industries, is they're business owners or senior women leaders in corporate companies. And for me, being visible was like breathing air. Speaking on stage for me is a joy. It's not a chore. And this was my second inspiration when I said something is not right here. Why for me it's so easy to do it, but for them it was like excruciating. They feel like a burden. They feel uncomfortable to do it. So this was my second inspiration to become a coach.
Cool. And so right now, as looking to visibility as well, when you go through the coaching journey with your clients right now, which part of that coaching journey would you say you find the most rewarding since you started doing this?
Me, I love the part when my clients start really to recognize and acknowledge their blind spots and they can see them by themselves. So they start really to raise awareness. I find this amazing because it's like they reclaim their personal power and they can make different decisions. I love also the personal development part because each time you work with a client, you work on yourself as well. So they help you as well to grow as a person professionally and personally. And I find this amazing that you have this ability that you can guide your client, but at the same time, you're growing more and more in terms of wisdom, in terms of perspective, and in terms of giving more to people. And the last part would say when they succeed. So when they are on the journey and they got the results they want, but most of the time it's happening such in a beautiful way with much more ease and flow and grace and power. And I love them. I love that because they feel alive, joyful about it, radiant. And I wish for any woman in the world to feel this way, unapologetic, aligned, and authentic.
And for all of the women that are listening, how would you describe the ideal client profile that you work with? Is there a certain, I don't know, demographic or a certain industry, or would you say it's broad as long as they're in leadership? How would you describe the woman that you work with?
Alors, generally, are senior women leaders, highly educated, very smart, strategic, sensitive women, introverted women. And they're really good at playing and being an extroverted woman. When is it necessary? So they know how to play the game very, very well. But most of the time, they want to feel aligned with their leadership style and their personality. So they're aware they are introverted women, but they know they have to play the game. But still, at moments, I think they start to be tired about this. They really want to do it in a more authentic way. And this is where they start to come. So in terms of industry, to be honest, I'm open to any industry. I work mainly in financial services, so I know a lot of these women, what they're going through. I was a lawyer before, so also lawyers are coming, but definitely introverted women, highly educated, with a very beautiful depth of emotional intelligence that they're not able really to leverage as much as they would like to. So they're able to read the room, they're able to read people, but it doesn't mean that they're able to articulate it in a way that their communication is going to be confident, is going to be clear, is going to be everyone is going to listen and just say, okay, we got this. This is where the problems start to arise because the public image they have is most of the time in complete opposition with their self-image. But, they're very good to do not show it because they're really smart, they're really strategic.
And so let's say for the ones that are listening, if they want to work with you, how is the program? How does the program look like? Is it of a certain length? Are there multiple programs? How is the engagement like for them to work with you?
Okay, to work with me mostly is one-to-one private sessions. I have a few packages depending basically of their goals and the results they want to have. It lasts for 6 months. 6 months. It could be 12 sessions for 6 months. It could be 18 sessions. It could be 22 sessions. It's depending on the pace they want to show. Some of them they want to do it without drama and stress, so it's a more slower pace. Some of them are more in acceleration stage. I also have a few group coaching programs because I love the interaction between women. And they have accelerated results as well because they start to get to know each other, they start to support each other. And I think they feel safe as well to share their experiences, their stories in a very safe space when they can really grow, support each other, and achieve the results they want with more ease and grace.
And do you find these women mostly in the UK, or is it also outside of the UK?
It's everywhere in the world. I'm working with Americans, I'm working with English people, I'm working with French people, I'm working with people from South Africa. So it's all over the world, to be honest. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love it.
Cool, amazing. And is mostly like one-on-one coaching, right? Is there also group coaching?
I've got group coaching. I just opened a new group coaching program specifically for women who want to be visible in their careers, but also in their lives. Because most of the time, when visibility is not so great in their career, in their relationship is not so great as well. So they want, most of them, and some of them as well, they want to work on both parts, both aspects. And is where you see everything in terms of boundaries, relationships, self-respect. Because it's really important to be visible also in your personal life as much as you can in your career life.
Absolutely. And things are interconnected as well.
Absolutely.
And I was having a conversation yesterday with a coach, and he came up with an interesting line where we were discussing about the generation of millennials, and we were talking about how important work-life balance is to them. And he said, it's not work-life balance, it's just life. So they're not divided. I feel like there's not a different world where you're actually going to work and a different world where you're in your personal life at home. Both of them are connected and both of them can affect each other back and forth.
Definitely. I think it's just a question of choice. I mean, even the question of Work-life balance, I agree. There is no balance. And to be honest, sometimes it's going to be great in your personal life, it's going to be rubbish in your
Yeah.
professional life, and you have to be okay with that. It's a question of acceptance as well. But yeah, I disagree with this concept of balance. I think
Mm.
it's more what you can do during the day, and as much as you can bring your energy to the table and help the people, that's fine. But you have to have the capacity as well to forgive yourself. We are just human beings. We are doing our best. I think sometimes with this performance race and this transactional world, let's be honest, people can go to burnout thinking they have to do every day. And I think it's never going to work this way. There is a moment you have to rest, you have to be. And once you start to understand that, you understand that, yes, not everything is going to happen because you do something. I think you have to let go of control one way or another moment. And when you do, this is where it starts to be much more easier.
Absolutely. And this question is going to be more interesting for the coaches who are listening in the audience. When it comes to marketing channels and where you find your clients or where clients find you, which marketing channel is working best for you right now?
Okay. I love this question because I got it quite a lot. One, I would say I do not find my clients, they find me. So I am in visibility. Okay. It means I have the mastery, I would say, to position myself in a way that they're going to find me in where they go. So, for example, my clients are senior women leaders. They're mostly on professional networks, professional conferences. This is where I'm going to be. And so, once you are into these platforms, you have to position yourself as the right person for them to work with you. And this is where the positioning, the presentation, the perception are keys. So I would say yes, okay. Of course, for example, if you want to work with creative people, you're going to go on Instagram or TikTok. If you want to work with young people, you're going to go on TikTok, probably Facebook, Instagram. So it's a question of demography as well, and to get to know your people. But after, be sure that you build your brand in a way that they're going to find you when they have this problem coming up. And I think this is where is the challenge for all coaches to just wonder how I'm going to position myself in a way that my people can find me. Yeah.
How is there any strategy that you'd like to share when it comes to visibility in a way that, let's say, depending on the niche that a coach is working on, how would they find that coach, for example, or in your case, what has worked well for you in terms of strategy?
Me, my experience is really a question to be really clear about who you are, what is your type of energy, style, and personality. Why I'm saying that? Because it's just going to be present in your brand all the time. Everything that you're going to build is going to be about your personality, your talent, what you can bring to them that no one can do like you do. So that's why I think it's key to work on yourself just to know what makes you different, what makes you fascinating, what can you bring to the table that no one can in the way you want to. This is key. It's taking time, it's about personal development, but the more you do and the more you stay authentic to who you are, the more it works. Why? Because let's be honest, AI is out there, is not going to go away, and people want connection. People want real people looking and caring for them. And when me, I'm a people person, I'm a warm-hearted person. My goal and my purpose is for any woman to be their fullest expression in terms of visibility and impact. There is no way for me I'm going to work with someone if I don't do the work to get to know them. Simple as it is. It is a must in my business to get to know my people first and foremost. To build the relationship, to know what they like, to know how they are, because this is the key for really have this fantastic relationship with your client. They're going to come back to work with you because you show to them that you care, that you take the time to get to know them. It's a question of trust, it's a question of credibility. So I would say for any new coach who wants to do this work, really focus on that. People want real connection, meaningful connection. And people are really sensitive to energy. So they're going to feel if you coming from a place of transaction is repelling for them. They're going to recognize it. And I think it's also a question of respect for people. They have been so, I think, deceived in the past with some very sleazy marketing ways that they can just recognize it at light speed, and you have to make the choice. Do you want to do it from a place of service, or do you want to do it from a place of transaction? Do you want to do it from a place of transforming people, helping them to thrive in their life, or do you want to do it from a place of money and just getting what you want? You have to be clear about that. And you have to show it consistently. You have to show up. This is a part of visibility, but also do it in a way that you're coming from a place of giving value, sharing, contributing, but not seeing visibility as a means to an end, as a transaction, as a kind of way to get something else. Is not working this way, because for me everything is about energy. People feel it when you're not authentic. People feel it when looking or you're lying, and for me it's extremely repelling. So I just apply something that is very important to me. So I would say for all the coaches in the world, just really do the work in terms of connecting with your people. It's going to get you aid. You won't believe it, because people will never forget about you because you make the effort to get to know them.
Yeah, absolutely. People will mostly maybe not remember everything you said, but they will remember how you made them feel at a certain
Yes,
point.
absolutely. Like Maya Angelou said it, it's not about what you said, it's not about what you do, it's about the way you make them feel.
Yeah, absolutely. So, right now with your coaching business, how do you see the future for the next 1 to 3 years? Do you have any specific goals that you're working towards?
Right now, I'm working to be more in the press, in the media, and TV. But I think more in a proactive way. I always got a lot of opportunity on this side, but it's more in a kind of proactive way. Because I really believe that if people want to work with you, or if you want to help more people, you have also basically to leverage, upgrade your credibility and your reputation. And people seeing you in large, writing for large publication, being featured on media and TV is playing a big role, I think, for them to see that you're serious. And it's also showing that you're here for the long haul, because I've been doing it for 7 years and I will do it until my last breath. So this is a second step for me.
So, the experience of you working in this field, and this goes back to the research that I mentioned earlier, what would you say have been some good investments that you've made? And maybe what have been some not so good investments that you probably could have avoided? There are some of those too. I know you might, some coaches might think that there's no such thing as bad investment. You always get to learn something, but there are some type of investments where you could also potentially be losing your time. Or what I'm talking about, it could be investments in yourself. It could be investments in the coaching business. It could be investments such as coaching programs, masterminds, communities, whatever that is. Is there anything that you feel like was a great one and anything that was not so good, maybe?
Okay, definitely great one. Be School. It's a program from My Folio. It's the first one I bought, and until now, it's absolutely amazing. The energy, the learning, everything is great, and you can go back to it at any time, any moment. Be School by My. The best one as well, I would say, especially for coaches and especially with AI emerging, and I think a lot of people are a bit scared about it or don't know how to deal with that. If you can try to invest in some copywriting programs, because they're going to help you to find your writing voice, the one unique that no one can do like you. And people are going to recognize you all the time. Me, I invested in a few copywriting programs. So I've got Copy Cure by Marie Forleo and another lady as well. Absolutely fantastic program. Is going to liberate your voice like no other. I've got another one from Ashley Wright. She's good as well. At the time when I was creating my websites, I wanted to really create everything with my own voice. She really helped me to do that. So last one I really like was the program from by Sage Levine. I think she's a business coach. Yeah, probably as a business coach, but she's helping women entrepreneurs to be on stage, to build their businesses online. Her program was very great for me personally to know how to host, to facilitate online events, workshop, master classes, online summits, build a community online. I mean, this one was really great. The not so great.
I was looking forward to that. Yeah.
There is one, what's the name? It was Do Your Business Online. This one, I have to say, I really dislike it because they really push you to the limits to help you, but to the end, me, I was so exhausted. I was even close to stop everything. And this is where I think I didn't like it, because you don't push people to the point that their passion, it's just vanishing. So this one, I was like, no, 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 this is too much. And I remember I left the program and I was like, this is not in alignment with me. I didn't come into this program to feel this way. It was do your business online, a kind of name like this. But apart from that, I mean, I didn't have any really bad experiences. I think you have to take what is great for anything and bounce
Mhm.
back quite quickly, I would say. I would say in terms of programs, it's not really about the program when you think about it. It's more about are you willing to commit to it consistently and do the work? Because I remember I was kind of the student in these programs. I was there present for the calls, the live and everything, but I didn't necessarily implement everything I learned. So there is a difference between, okay, you learn, you love it and everything. And there's a difference of, it's time to get into action and to use it. So I
Mhm.
would say, the program can be great, but I think the question is, okay, are you willing to do the work until the end? Because there's a difference between learning and implementation. And the implementation is what brings you all the results you want when you get into action. So programs, I'm not going to say that all programs are great, but I think it's really a question of, do you want it so badly that you can do it every day, every week, and get it done, when you want to? If you have this kind of mindset, yes, you're going to get the result you want. There is no way it's not going to happen. But yes, each time I got the results is because I've been quite consistent learning, implementing everything. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Gail. And so, right now, with your coaching business and also thinking about the goal that you mentioned, what is a challenge that you're trying to solve for next in your coaching business? Where is the bottleneck right now for you?
To be honest, I don't really see any challenge right now because I'm working toward it. So I wanted to become a contributor for large publication. It's happening right now. I would say probably the challenge would be maybe to create a kind of academy in the future to help a woman to be visible, recognize, and make an impact. It would be great. A kind of academy in terms of visibility, impact, and recognition would be probably my next challenge. I would say in maybe 2-3 years. What can I think of? Because why I'm saying that is because when you're talking about challenge, one, I love challenges. Two, most of the time I have a challenge, I'm going to create something to resolve the challenge. It's about creativity to the end, I would say, for
Yeah.
any challenge you can have. And I would say the next one probably for me, maybe in 1 year, would be to start to create some retreats in the south of France.
Nice.
I love to,
Hmm.
but I know I'm going to create it. The challenge I would say for people is probably to have the idea and how long will it take for them to bring it into the reality. But I'm really faster for that. I can create something in 1 day and bring it in 1 day in my world. So I would say if people can do that,
Yeah.
great, let's do it. But this is what many women say to me. They say, Gail, I cannot do that. I've got the idea, but it's going to take maybe 3-6 months for this to
Hmm.
happen. I think the challenge is if people can really do it in the quickest way. This is
Hmm.
where you get the most things going on. And it's fun.
We're also doing retreats as well. We did one in Mexico in
Okay.
May. That was nice in Tulum. We are also thinking of doing in October one in Phuket in Thailand. But I'm intrigued by the idea of just what you mentioned, south of France. Is there a specific place that you like most there?
I like Toulouse. I did my law study over there. It's a beautiful city. People are so nice and welcoming, and the food
Hmm.
is amazing.
Hmm.
Toulouse is a great city. You have Bordeaux. Bordeaux is great as well. And you know what? South of France, because I'm probably going to live over there in a few months. I've been living in London for almost 2 decades now. So I'm going to move back in France in a few months. But also because I think people love the south of France. I mean, I just mentioned it to a few women during my events. They love the idea of, the landscapes, the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is a kind of vibe that you cannot have anywhere else.
Yeah.
And I want to create that, is when you blend the pleasure with the world that everything starts to be easier. And I think, yeah, we deserve that, right? I mean, with the world where we are,
Yeah.
come on,
Absolutely.
let's have a good
Yeah.
time.
While everything still goes well, we should take
Oh, yeah.
advantage. Cool. So the final question is, what advice would you give to other coaches like yourself who are trying to scale their impact?
Scale the impact. Okay. AI is great as long as you know your voice. Okay.
Hmm.
If you know it very well, you can use it in a way that it can amplify your impact. If you're not comfortable with that, I would say use only AI for the repetitive task. That's it.
Mhm.
The second way I think to scale your impact is really to be recognized in this large publication, press, media, and TV. This
Mhm.
is one thing that can really help and scale your impact very quickly. I would say the last one, and this one is more about consistency and maybe a little bit of tedious work,
Mhm.
is once you know the platform of your clients, okay, make sure that you are the expert in your field. So you position yourself as an authority. It's taking time, but the rewards are never ending. And it's
Absolutely.
worth it because, yes, because me, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for 7 years, and consistency create trust, attract clients. So I would say yes, if they're here for the long haul and they want to do the work, yes, it is the third way. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gail. And
pleasure.
thank you for coming into our podcast. It was such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Me too. Thank you so much.
That's it for this episode of Career Coaching Secrets. If you enjoyed this conversation, you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening to this episode to catch future episodes. This podcast was brought to you by Purple Circle, where we help career coaches scale their business to $100,000 years, $100,000 months, or even $100,000 weeks, all without burning out and making sure that you're making the impact and having the life that you want. To learn more about our community and how we can help you, visit joinpurplecircle.com.